Good evening, everyone. This is Anthony, Wall Street Trader, 7:57 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday, November 16, 2021. This is not financial advice, it's educational. This is not financial advice, it's educational. Click the subscribe and the bell to be notified when the videos come out. Share the video and thumb it up for Ethereum. Intraday updates are on the Wall Street Tra 12 link in the description below the video if you want intraday updates. In the meantime, this is an intraday update that probably you don't want to hear, but Bitcoin, Ethereum, everything's starting to take a total dookie. Pretty bad here. We're at 41.93 right now, looking kind of bearish here. We could be in for a reasonable pullback, and by reasonable, I mean coming down to this yellow line. Let me zoom out and give everyone a little flavor. This was not what we really wanted. We were hoping to stay in this channel and possibly breaking out, but we are having a little bit of a pullback here. And it's a pullback pan altcoin, it's pan Bitcoin, it's pan crypto. It's across the board. In the meantime, we don't have a necessary, the next area of support here, I hate to say it. I mean, there are multiple little mini support levels, like one here at 3,900, another one here at 3,600. 3,600 looks like the worst case scenario. This looks like the next case scenario. So next case scenario is this one right here, where we see a floor of support around 3,900. But I think the another one where we have a dual line of support on Ethereum is right over here at 37. I think this is utter low. So we do have a couple of steps down here if we want to get down to 3,700, which I would expect to be like bang your head against the wall, buy the heck out of Ethereum. That would be what I would be doing. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. Speak to a financial advisor, but I'm pretty bullish on Ethereum here long term, but I think this is just an overall pullback related to something that happened in China. We're going to go into that in a second. It's just another fictitious move that really shouldn't have happened. In fact, it should have went up. Let's take a look over at Ethereum Bitcoin. Ethereum Bitcoin is still running through this cycle here on this pennant. I'm very, very bullish on this internal to Ethereum US dollar. So Ethereum Bitcoin still staying kind of up there in the top range of this pennant. So look, anything can happen here. We can start to see this thing come down. If it does come down all the way to 6,000, it probably would be consistent with a pullback down here to 3,700 on the ETH US dollar pair. But in the meantime, I think the main thing is to start looking over at Bitcoin US dollar, because this is where all the action was, and this is what drove everyone nuts. One is we passed 63,000, which was this short-term line of support here on the yellow line. Past that, past the rectangle, just disqualified everything. It goes to show that a macro event can completely obliterate a pattern or a trend at any given moment. So you always have to worry about that level of risk. However, we do have a possible area of 58,000 of support, but the next support area I think is around here. I'll tell you why. We do have a trend line, and it's 54,000 is where the ultimate area of support is for Bitcoin, in my opinion, in the near term. So what I'm seeing here is that we have a short term, July to now, we have a couple of areas of support on these rising low points or higher lows. And as we can see, if it does pull back, we would be squarely on 54,000, which is consistent with prior resistance and support areas. So feeling like a dual area of support around 54,000 for a nice bounce. That's if we get down that low. It doesn't mean that we will. 58 could be the next area of support. But we're going to have to let this pattern play out because we don't really know what the pattern is just yet. But we can kind of guesstimate where we think the next areas of lows are. In the meantime, we're going to go over to Bitcoin dominance. We're 43.74. We have been curling up, and that curling up really having to do with making altcoin, having to do with fear in the Bitcoin market. Bitcoin going down 8%. Created a little bit of a spike in Bitcoin dominance, which also means altcoins did worse than 8% or what Bitcoin did. So another thing to keep your eye on. But again, this whole thing with China really wrecking the market today, all related to talking about cuffing and shackling Bitcoin miners, Apparently 75% of all Bitcoin is mined out of China, and that's a problem. So, we got to keep our eye on the news, but at the same time, understand the bigger picture. Shut it all down. New York mayor wants to open up a whole bunch of Bitcoin mining plants. Great. If they shut down China Bitcoin mining plants, I'll tell you right now, I'd put one in my backyard. I'd stick a rig back there. But in the meantime, ETH 4187. Talk later.